This is the DuroMax XP13000EH dual-fuel portable generator, a big blue and gray open-frame unit with a no-nonsense steel roll cage, large solid wheels, and foldable handles. It looks like a worksite machine, and it feels that way too. Sitting here in front of me, the power panel is stacked with outlets, including the 120-240V 50-amp port that makes a home transfer switch hookup straightforward. There's a push-button electric start, a front-facing fuel selector for switching between gasoline and propane, a digital meter for volts, frequency, and hours, and safety touches like GFCI 120V outlets, low oil shutdown, and a CO sensor. Inside is a 500cc OHV engine with copper windings built to move serious power, 13,000 starting watts and 10,500 running watts at 60 Hz. Appearance and feel. The frame is hefty and inspires confidence, and at 234 pounds dry, it's every bit as heavy as it looks. Once the wheel kit is on, it rolls easier than you'd expect on flat ground. The handles give leverage and fold down out of the way, which I appreciate when parking it near the garage wall. The layout of the power panel is clear, and I can glance at the meter to see frequency and runtime without hunting around. Build is metal all around, no flimsy plastic skins, which gives it a serious presence. I'll be straight about the rough edges I've seen. Fit and finish can be hit or miss. I've had a handle weld snap on me during assembly on one unit and a crooked fuel gauge right out of the box on another. The muffler cover on one machine rattled loose, and the muffler itself showed early signs of stress after limited hours. Those things clash with the otherwise tough stance of the frame. When the core parts are solid but the accessories let you down, it's frustrating.
From my experience, setup is simple on paper and sweaty in reality. The toolkit and instructions are decent, but because of the weight, installing the wheels and stands is a two-person job. The electric start is convenient, yet the included battery has been the weak link for me. It behaves more like an emergency light battery than a real small engine battery. Even after long runs, I found it reluctant to hold a charge. I now keep it on a trickle charger when stored, which turns a convenience into a chore. On gasoline, starting is straightforward and output is stout. I've run a whole 3-bedroom house through a transfer switch, a 2.5-ton central AC with a soft start kit, a well pump, an electric water heater, 2 freezers, lights, and small appliances. The XP13000EH can shoulder that load without bogging, which is impressive for a portable unit. Noise is part of the deal. The spec sheet cites around the 70s dBA range, and to my ears it sounds loud but expected for this class. Heat off the muffler is intense. I keep anything prone to melting or warping away from that side and angle the handle to avoid heat soak. Oil checks matter with this engine. In my opinion, the dipstick placement behind a frame brace is a small but real design miss. It makes a quick check turn into a minor wrestling match, and that discourages a habit you absolutely need to keep. Pay attention to consumption, especially during long outages. Propane brings real advantages like long shelf life and cleaner combustion, and I love having the option, but I've dealt with stubborn starts and some backfiring on propane. That undermines one of the big selling points. Output on propane is typically lower than gasoline for dual fuel engines, so plan loads accordingly.
Power quality is another angle worth calling out. This is a conventional generator, not an inverter. The manufacturer's THD figure is under 12%, which is high for sensitive electronics. That's normal for open frame units, but still something to respect. I avoid plugging delicate gear like gaming PCs, smart TVs, or high-efficiency furnace boards directly into it. If I have to, I use a good UPS or line conditioner, or I simply keep those items off until utility power returns. Reliability has been a tale of two machines for me. I've had one XP13000EH that has run monthly tests for years and performed perfectly during outages. I've also had a separate unit suffer a cracked piston under 2 hours, and I replaced the starter motor at around 30 starts on another. That swing is hard to ignore. What makes it tougher is support. When I needed help, getting responses was a slog. Phone lines rang out, emails slipped into a void, and one warranty claim was denied because a registration supposedly wasn't in the system. Outsourced repair shops added more limbo than clarity. When a new generator smoked on first runs and the shop ghosted me, I felt caught between two parties pointing at each other. Key features that make this model stand out for me are the raw output that can run an entire home, the 120-240V 50-amp receptacle that simplifies the transfer switch connection, the option to use gasoline or propane, the push-button start with recoil backup, the clear digital meter, the heavy steel frame and copper windings that hold up under load. EPA and CARB compliance means it's fine across all 50 states, which matters if you plan to move or lend it out. It's perfect for situations where you need big 240V loads online, like central air, a deep well pump, or an electric water heater, and you want fueling flexibility during long outages. From my experience, the pain points are just as real. A battery that doesn't like to stay charged, awkward oil checks, loud operation, extreme muffler heat, propane quirks, fit and finish surprises, and the most important one, uncertain reliability backed by support that has not been there when I needed it. That last part turns a backup plan into another source of stress, and backup gear is supposed to reduce stress. I'd recommend this for mechanically inclined homeowners who are comfortable wrenching, checking oil on a schedule, swapping a starter if needed, and doing their own diagnosis if something goes sideways. If you want maximum watts per dollar, already have a proper transfer switch, and you're okay with some hands-on ownership, the value proposition is strong. If your priority is low noise, cleaner power for electronics, and strong warranty support, I'd steer you toward a quality inverter generator for critical devices or a fully installed standby system with Pro Service. In my opinion, the XP13000EH is a powerhouse that can absolutely carry a house when it's running right, and the feature set is genuinely compelling for the price. The flip side is a reliability lottery that can be hard to justify if you're counting on it during storms. Backup power has to be boring and dependable. If you buy this, treat it like a project. Run it monthly under load, log hours, keep a trickle charger on the battery, store propane for long outages, and consider a surge protector or UPS for sensitive circuits. In conclusion, the DuroMax XP13000EH offers serious whole home capability and useful dual fuel flexibility, but it also asks for patience, mechanical comfort, and a plan B if support falls short. If those trade-offs make sense for you, it's a lot of generator for the money. If not, your peace of mind might be better served by cleaner power or a standby unit despite the higher cost. You can find detailed information about the DuroMax XP13000EH dual fuel portable generator in the comments section. See you in the next video.